Hey everybody, Coach Out over here at Lawn Care and Home Repair, and this is Monday, I believe the 15th of September. I'm going to actually try to post this video this morning because I really want to get it out as quickly as possible. The new lawn is coming in really well. There's a video that's coming out tomorrow. It's looking really good. But I noticed in my backyard late yesterday that I'm already seeing that dreaded, what looks to be dollar spot. It's not the consistency, the pattern looks like that of dollar spot. I'll throw some up here, but I've also had issue with brown patch, and I'll throw that right over here. But when I came out this morning, just kind of doting over the new grass in the front yard, I'm just really enjoying it. I saw that dreaded web that looks like a spider web or like cotton. I'm going to throw a picture of it up over here. Actually, what I think I'll do is run some video that you'll see. That's actually in my yard this morning, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I have the GCI Spreader Elite Turf Type Tall Fescue down there. I have the Night Shift from Lawn Life over there. Those cultivars are specifically engineered to be more disease resistant, drought tolerant, but there is no grass seed at all. Forgive me, I have to walk to get the hose. There is no grass seed that is 100% resistant against fungus. And I have to blame myself for this, at least for part of it, because I have kept before I did the renovation of my front and back lawn, I made sure that I kept my fungicide program up to date, making sure I hit it. But because of the way especially my backyard is, in fact, I just wiped out a small portion of the backyard because the way the water drains, I'm not going to do any type of renovation to the ground itself to get the water to drain differently. I'm just going to cut that part off and put some plants there, which I think will have a better chance. Put some something else down there to help it. Or I'm sorry, I'm not going to plant anything else down there. Just going to mulch it, put some flowers and things down there. But I saw this morning in this new grass, and I said, wow, it's just one of those things. The grass that I had here before was 27 years old, and that grass was susceptible to the fungus. The fungus is just going to hit. It doesn't matter what you do to it. Environmental conditions, when you have heat combined with humidity combined with water, you are going to get fungus. For the most part, you hear about the 150 rule. When your humidity and your air temperature reaches 150, then that's a good time to put your fungicide down. It's one of those things that is said, but it's no real science, because we've been averaging temperatures over here in Central Maryland, averaging maybe 75 to 80, and the grass has just really started to come up phenomenally. But over the last few days, in the morning, you have that mildew that's sitting on the grass, and it has been a little warmer. And when I put my grass seed down, that's why I said I'm going to take part responsibility for this. When I put my grass seed down, do you know, it never dawned on me to put the fungicide down. And you can put fungicide down at the time of seeding, especially I believe azoxystrobin. I believe it may be the propiconazole that may even act like a plant growth regulator that'll keep the established grass shorter and allow the new seed to come up. I could be mistaken. I know it's azoxy or propiconazole. One of them does have some PGR, plant growth regulator qualities with it. But it didn't dawn on me to actually, now I didn't need a PGR because I was doing a full renovation, so that didn't matter to me. But I did not put a fungicide, either the propiconazole or azoxystrobin. I promise you I have both of them. I'm going to be using the propiconazole today, the Gunner 14.3. I actually have both. it just never dawned on me with everything that I was doing. And I've been doing some research and things like that. And everything said, yeah, you can definitely put your fungicide down, but I didn't even think to do that. I was excited to get everything else done, and it totally slipped my mind to put fungicide down, antifungal agent down. So I'm actually doing that this morning. Like I said, when I came out this morning, I'm starting my day seeing my patients a little bit later today. And I said, oh, let me get a cup of coffee, just walk and enjoy the cut I put on it yesterday. Like I said, that video will be out tomorrow. But I looked and I saw what looked like that cotton, what looked like those spider webs. I said, oh no, that dreaded mycelium has no respect for Coach Al's new lawn that he just put down there. And because the mesotrione had really bleached the grass, I wasn't sure, and there was so many different colors. You go back and look at the last few videos I put up, you'll see what I'm talking about, the different colors that the mesotrione actually hit it with. But I just didn't even think that maybe some of what I was seeing was the beginning evidence of some fungal activity. So I saw it today, and I'm going to address it today. I'm going to put this gunner 14.3. Now, I'm not sure if it's dollar spot or if it's brown patch. The azoxystrobin will treat brown patch, but it won't do anything for dollar spot. So I'm going to use the propiconazole, which is indicated, and I'm going to go at a little heavier rate. It's indicated to kill both the mycelium, the dollar spot, and the brown patch. So I'm going to be putting both of those down today, just looking for my to mix this up. I'm going to be putting both of those down. I'm going to be putting the propiconazole down today. Putting the propiconazole down today because I want to get it. I see just a little bit of brown out there, just a little bit, but I see a lot of what looks like that cotton, what looks like those spider webs. And once again, I've run the video. I'll probably run it a few times. I'm doing this and I'm going to try to get this out today. I'm going to see if I can manipulate my schedule so I can get it out today. I really want you guys, because most of us are doing either renovation or overseeding. I'm doing both. While you're doing this, make sure you are putting your fungicide down, because you can still get lawn fungus. And when you start seeing your new grass seeds come up, and I follow a lot of YouTubers, newer YouTubers, older YouTubers alike, and I'm not hearing a lot of people talking about the fungicide. And I'm sure there's some out there. I don't subscribe to everybody, so I'm sure that somebody is mentioning that. But I just want to do my part to make sure that the people who watch my videos, the people who subscribe to my channel, I want to make sure that I'm doing my part to let you know you definitely have to put your fungicide down, so that you're not going through doing all that hard work, doing your scarifying, your aeration, your verticutting, power raking, doing all those things, getting that expensive seed, getting your peat moss, your compost, your topsoil, doing all that just to have that fungus come back and say, not so fast. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front lawn, and then I'll be right back. You guys hang in there. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me while I have this on, but I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down, and where I see some activity, I'm going to put a little extra. I'm using just above about 1.7 ounces per 1,000 square feet per gallon of water. So I have a review of this backpack. This Flow Zone Typhoon 3 is absolutely amazing. I'm going to be doing a review on it, or including it in a video that's going to come out later this week. But I'm going to go ahead and put down a good amount. I see a little bit over here. This is my lawn life over here, my night shift. And on the other side, as I said, is where I have my GCI, and I can actually still see a little bit of the webs here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this down, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. So I went ahead and hit the front yard over here. I hit the easement over there. Got the easement or the vanity strip, goes by different names. I hit it all around, and as I walked and obviously looking down at it, I can see where there was definitely more than I thought it was. You guys, I'm gonna see if I can show you just like a small update. As I say, this video will come out tomorrow. You see that the grass is growing and it's filling in. It seems like it's come up almost almost an inch since yesterday when I did the video that's going to come out tomorrow. But as I said, I'm going to try to get this video out today because it's just so important. So important to make sure you are getting your fungicide in along with your new grass. I'm going to get this out today. And I'm sure other YouTubers and professionals are already telling you the same thing. I messed up here, and I'm always quick to admit my faults. I've always told the members of my church when I was a pastor, I always tell my patients as a therapist, never, ever, 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 ever allow pride to get in your way so that you don't admit when you have made a mistake. Now, the mistake that I made was in not putting the fungicide down early. The good thing is that now I do have a small patch down where my shed is in the backyard, but I'm actually going to be building a shed back there where that is anyway. I did put the fungicide down there yesterday. What we want to do is stop the growth. When you get fungus in your lawn, especially that dollar spot, that gray leaf spot, that brown patch, when you get those, I'm not so much concerned about washout or anything like that. I don't see any rust or some of the more common ones. But when you get that dollar spot and that brown patch, it is absolutely a lawn killer. The brown patch, I think that the brown patch and the gray leaf spot actually are the worst, just from what I've had to deal with in my own lawn. But I got this down, I believe, early enough to stop it from spreading. That's the good thing about always, as I always say, make sure you keep extra seed because you never know when you have to use some. And also, along with the extra seed, we did this early enough. It's only the 15th of September. This is right around the prime time to do the overseeding. I did my overseeding when the lawn temperature hit about 72, 73. Ideally, your turf type tall fescue perennial rod, I'm not sure, I think the Kentucky bluegrass may germinate, can tolerate a higher soil temperature. But the temperature of the soil is going down, so I can just overseed there. And if I have to overseed, if the spots continue to grow, then I'm going to just hit it with another round as soon as possible. But if the spots grow, then I actually have enough seed to come back and do an overseeding. And the ground temperature being about 65 to 70 now, to go back and check it, is actually a prime time for the seed to come up and come up quickly, especially for you with perennial rye. I mean, you can see germination in as fast as 3 days if that soil temperature and the weather conditions are good. So I'm going to just check this over the next few days. I'm going to continue to look for that growth. The video, I will have a video that's coming out tomorrow. It's already scheduled to come out tomorrow. So this is kind of preempting this. I want you to have that information, this information, before you even see the video tomorrow. That's why I'm going to desperately try to, I got to see my first patient in 2 minutes. So it's a phone session that would, so thank God for that. But I want you to make sure you are getting your fungicide in with everything else you're doing with your new grass. Do not skip out on that fungicide. You may regret it. Hey, this is DIY Coach Al, even though I'm in a hurry. You know what I want to tell you? First of all, I love you, really do. Secondly, if at all possible, if possible, even if you have to go out of your way, do something to help make somebody else's day brighter. Guarantee you really, really feel good about yourself and feel good knowing that you've helped somebody else. DIY Coach Al, love you.